Do you ever wonder what does it take to actually create the kind of mindset that gets anything that you desire done? Have you ever wondered what kind of way of thinking, what kind of mentality does it take for you to actually make sure that you're going in the right direction toward your passions and achieving that which you want to achieve? Well, I'm going to go over the strategies to help you actually become somebody who has an solution oriented mind. Because most times the things we focus on are related to the problem rather than the solution. Now, when we focus on the problem, we are focusing on what we don't have. We are focusing on a mentality of lack, the illusion of lack. Remember, this is an illusion because the reality, the truth of who you are is abundance. It is infinite because you are that from the divine, right? You are from the infinite source. You are of the universe. You are one with all of that. So if you are one with all of that, then there is nothing you are lacking. But you are being led by this ego mentality, right? Because the ego is the illusion of you being separate from all that which is. And when you are being led by the ego, then you are being led and you are being fed and you are being continuously having a state of mind where things are lacking, right? There are only problems. Now, it's okay to acknowledge a problem to an initial degree because ultimately your mind, your brain is a problem solver. It is a strategist. It acknowledges and sees patterns. And when you use your mind properly, you use it to actually come up with solutions. And that's what we're here to discuss today. Solutions. How do you become more solution based? How do you make sure that your mind is continuously focusing on solutions rather than focusing on the problem? So the thing is to make sure that when you are focusing on the solution, you are making a shift that is conscious toward changing the framework by which you think about, okay, the problem, right? Because your mind is identifying the problem, right? That is clear. We know that. But when you continue to linger on the problem, that is when you start to create symptoms of anxiety, depression, feeling like you're lost. And that leads you to a whole array of dysfunctions of reality. All right. And what reality is, and being somebody who's pessimistic and constantly using the word realistic, thinking that that is the reality of all things and all beings. But no, it is only the reality that you have created for yourself in the current moment, right? With the current mindset. So the important thing is to make a shift. You have to shift from thinking about life as something that is negative, something that is happening to you, and understand that it is happening from you. And you do that by ultimately following these steps. First, you must understand and practice awareness. You must think about, okay, what are you feeling? Because most times when we are in this perpetual state of only living in acknowledging the problem and then accepting that that is what life is about, you fail to really take ownership, right? And you become numb to life essentially. But when you start to make this shift toward recognizing, okay, that there is a possibility that this isn't a truth, that this is something that was fed to me, this was something that I was, it was instilled in me, this is something that I accepted for whatever reason. And now you can look at the possibility of that not being true and taking ownership of your life. And so you begin to do that by first practicing the awareness of what it is that you're feeling and how you're thinking. Very important, because without awareness, self awareness, then you can't go anywhere. You can't move, right? You're roaming aimlessly, going in circles and not getting anywhere. But awareness is the thing that lets you know where you are right now. And it supports you, gives you the information to understand where you are in order to have a true understanding as to where you're going. Because you can't go someplace in particular if you don't know where you are. So practicing the awareness is very important. Things like body scans, understanding how do you feel in your body, because your body can help you to pull back the layers of what's going on in your mind. Okay. Sometimes it's hard for individuals to really go into, okay, what do you think? What am I thinking about right now? Right? How often do you ask yourself, what are you thinking about? Most times you're just thinking. And if somebody were to ask you, what are you thinking about? Most times the answer is, oh, nothing. Or if you're daydreaming and you snap out of it, chances are it's going to be hard for you to recapture what it is that you were daydreaming about, because you're not in the practice of self-awareness and checking in with yourself. So you must get into the practice of it. The easiest way to do that is to do body scans. And that is simply taking a time out to recognize, okay, feel out your whole entire body, scan it, right? Activate the senses throughout your body, from the top of your head all the way to the bottom of your feet. And go as slow as possible, because that would allow you to get a real fine understanding as to what's going on in your body. And just simply ask your body, how do I feel? Or you can even say, do I feel good here? Does my body feel good? Does it feel relaxed? Right? Does my mind feel relaxed? Does do my eyes feel relaxed? Right? And as you continue to scan down your body, you will continue to analyze and just check in with yourself. Most times, people, when they feel tension, when they feel anxiety, they feel it in their shoulders or their neck. So you may get to a point where when you get there, you start to feel tension. You may feel like you're holding your shoulders up. Okay. So then ask yourself, okay, relax. All right. Tell yourself to relax. Breathe into the relaxation of your shoulders, and then continue to scan down your body. That will help support you in just simply activating the practice of checking in, of practicing self awareness. Eventually, you will get to a point where you have done this so much that you know where you hold your attention. Now you can ask yourself, okay, why am I tense? What is it about any day, any situation, any moment? Why am I feeling this tension? And then you just go deeper and deeper into the understanding as to what's really going on, right? What are these triggers, or what are these, consistent perpetual states of stress that's going on? You have to acknowledge those. And the reason why the body is so important is because the body is a manifestation of your consciousness, and it is maintained by way of your mind. You see, your body is the physical expression of your consciousness. This is why we're all different. This is why we look different. But your mind and the perpetual states of thinking that you have, right? The habitual states of thinking, feeling, the emotions affect your body. And so if you're constantly thinking about things that are causing you to feel negative emotions like anger, stress, frustration, they're going to express itself through your body. This is where disease comes from, because you are in dis-ease. You are not in a state of ease. When you are in a state of ease, then the body can be in a natural optimal state of action and taking, and movement and activity. So you have to look at your body as a means of something that's going to help you to analyze and collect data on what's going on in your mind. This is why we start with the body first, because it's simpler to do. And then you go deeper and deeper into why you're feeling this tension. So when you acknowledge, okay, I am feeling tension because I am thinking about this, right? It is causing you to feel this tension. That means you're thinking about that from a negative light. You're thinking about that, the problem, right? And it continues to be a constant thought in your mind. And so now what you have to do is go from awareness to reframing. You have to now reframe that which you see as a problem as an opportunity. Okay. You have to change the point of view of this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem, to wait a minute, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for growth. This is an opportunity to really expand and tap into who I truly am. Because the problem is simply a symptom of me not living my true self. So then, when you start to reframe the problem not as a problem, but as an opportunity for growth and recognizing that that quote unquote problem exists because you're not doing something that is in proper alignment as to who you truly are. So now you get to say, this is an opportunity, and you get to add positive feelings behind it, positive emotions behind it. You begin to even get excited by the idea because you recognize, wait, this is growth. This means that when I address this quote unquote problem, right, when I take on this opportunity, then I become a better person. I become more fulfilled and more happy and joyful about life. You see, so you go from practicing awareness to reframing the problem to an opportunity. And then you get into practicing visualization. Visualization is the practice of now taking that problem, turning it into an opportunity, and visualizing the benefits of that, visualizing you actually moving differently and thinking differently about that opportunity, which you once considered a problem, you see? And then that begins the transformation. That begins the the ability to actually move forward and to actually take action. Okay. And then that leads us to inspired action. So we go from awareness, then we go into reframing, then we go into visualization. And then finally, from visualization, we go into inspired action. And so as you think about different areas of your life, we can use, say, weight management for an example. If you're somebody who wants to get in shape and you want to get more healthier, okay, it's important to recognize that, okay, I want to be more of a healthier version of myself. I want to make sure my body is fit and optimal, right? So that way I can live a better life, live my best life. So now you are practicing the awareness and then you're looking at, okay, where can I actually make the improvements or make the shift to actually do so? Maybe eat better, be more active. So if your decision is, all right, let's be more active. And so now you're going to reframe seeing yourself as somebody who's overweight or fat, right? Or lazy. And then you're going to shift that into an opportunity to be fit, to be more healthy, to be more mindful, to be more conscious about your overall lifestyle. Then you start to visualize. Okay, visualize, what can I do? Right? I can go for a walk, right? I can go for a run, right? I can do some weight training. I can do some mindful, conscious eating, right? Where actually think about what I'm eating. I'm even tracking calories and macros and such, right? And then after you have visualized it and you came up with a clear, sustainable, consistent plan, strategy, then you go into inspired action where you just start, right? With something minor, but easy and accomplishable, right? Something that you can sustain and do every single day. That's how you make that move. That's how you begin to actually become somebody who is solutions based, because solution based means that now you are being more proactive and doing the things that you need to do. So as we get into maybe things like visualization, right, we may need to get into asking yourselves proper questions, because not only is just going from transferring or reframing the problem into an opportunity, you have to now change your verbiage and how you talk and speak about it. Instead of saying, oh, that I can't afford a healthy diet, or having a conversation that eating healthy is expensive, right? You can instead ask yourself the question, okay, how can I eat healthy on the budget that I have? What access do I have, right? What opportunities do I have? What is available to me? Not, I can't. because it's too expensive, or I can't go to the gym because it's too far and I'm too tired, right? So ask yourself, well, okay, when I come home from work, I am tired. When is the best time for me to actually do this physical activity and I'm not tired? Okay. Could that be in the morning before you go to work? Right. Because one thing for sure, you're going to go to work, right? You're going to go to work, whether you're tired or not. So that's not really a question. But what tends to happen is people tend to sacrifice the things that they need to do for themselves because they haven't prioritized themselves. So you have to prioritize yourself first. The things that you feel are important for you in your overall life, you have to put first. So maybe you do your physical activity in the morning before you go to work. All right. So you have to continue to word and be mindful about making sure everything that you do is in alignment with the solution. The questions you ask yourself, it must be in alignment with the solution. Okay. The solution is I'm going to do this. Okay. How do I do this? What access to things that will take me on this journey? Right. What can I do right now, this moment? What can I do every single day? So you want to be mindful about those things, and that will lead you to the actions being something that is sustainable, simple, and eventually it will get bigger and you will get stronger. And your muscles, your ability to think and be the person that aligns with this solution, right, will actually manifest and actually unfold and come into this realization. So you must be able to teach yourself how to encompass all of these things, but also how to align your emotions with attracting the solution. So as you are building, right, this muscle of awareness, right, of reframing, of visualizing, of taking inspired, sustainable action, now you are getting to a place where, okay, you are aligning the actions, and then those actions are creating some results. And those results are creating an emotional state where it allows you to feel more confident, right? Allows you to feel more positive. And then you take that and you just continue to build those blocks on top of one another. So it creates a loop where you are taking inspired action, right? You're feeling more confident, you're feeling more positive, and then that continues the cycle and that builds up the momentum of you actually moving forward, not just simply dealing with the quote unquote problem, but actually creating that which you desire, which is on the other spectrum, the other side of the quote unquote problem. So now you're in a space where you are living in alignment with that which you desire, and that in itself eliminates the problem. Thank you so much. Feel free to go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my daily newsletter, and get access to this free ebook and so much more. Thank you very much. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.